Yeah, go.
Okay. You know about the mortar and pestle. You put your herbs in here and you crunch them down. Well, this is what I did previously, which was verbena, sage, cinnamon, myrtle leaf, lemon balm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it back into the mortar while that's heating up and on a lower temperature now, so that way it doesn't get overheated. I'm going to add just a little bit of some parsley flakes.
Kitchen witch.
Needed a little bit more parsley. Okay. And then I'm going to add 1 bay leaf. Now, what this concoction is, it is the Cancer Zodiac Signs Astrological Ointment, which there will be also enough herbs left to make the oil, but that will come at a different time. We'll go through the makings of that at a different time. Right now I'm going to crumble up the bay leaf like so. Keep out that part of it. Crumble it where it's there, and then take this, just kind of do like so. Mix it together a little bit. Try not to cause everything to go overboard here. And everything has mixed properly. Now, what you do, test the heat. Make sure it's not over hot or overheated. And you take your Crisco. Oops. And of course, some is going to stick to your finger. And you put it in your pan. And you melt it. It's also a good idea to have paper towels on hand because the Crisco sticks to your fingers. But you take your little spoon and you kind of help it melt a little bit. And as it's melting, you just keep stirring until there's no more chunks of white. May take a little while. Some people use a double boiler, others don't. It just depends on your preference. And also if you don't mind losing a dish or two to your witchy escapades. And you take your little measuring spoons here and get about a tablespoon of your mixture. You just kind of add it in there. And you stir it around. Let the heat bring out all the goodies inside the herbs. You should start to be able to smell the herb, the mix, shortly after it's been put in. And if you have the oils, you can drop like the essential oil of cinnamon or bay, different things like that in it to make it smell stronger if you wanted to add an extra kick. Oh, excuse me.
But don't eat it, right?
Yes, do not eat it.
Okay. I was gonna have it with chicken and some French fries, you know.
No, that would be a very bad idea. This is not heart friendly.
Man. It smells good though.
Let me just kind of let it like that for just a few minutes. And then you come over here and you grab your coffee filter.
Okay.
Some people use a coffee filter, others use cheesecloth or some other type of, I think the word's porous material.
You need a bowl, right?
Actually, yes, I do.
There you go. She's venturing for a bowl. Stay tuned. She has a bowl. Okay. So what are we doing with this stuff?
Well, this is a leftover mixture that's going to go for an oil at a later date.
Okay.
This, I'm going to basically pour the mixture into this.
Because
to strain it.
when you melted the Crisco with all the herbs, it infused it together.
Yes.
So on the other side is the herb and Crisco mixture. What are you making?
Your cancer astrological ointment.
There you go. Okay.
And I'm going to put it in these little containers. That way you'll be able to see what's in it. There may be 2 containers or it may end up just being 1.
So once you do it, how long does it take to set so you can actually use it?
It depends on the size. Sometimes it can be 24 hours, sometimes it can be 48.
Okay. So
it just depends on how big your
container is
and how much you're actually making.
Okay. Where's your other one that you made before? Because we can show them how it's set.
On the love seat.
Kitchen witch, exactly. We need a before and after one though, but we're getting it. It's funny.
Also, some witches don't like using metal.
Hold it and talk. Oh yeah, I get something.
Okay. Some witches don't like using metal spoons when they're making their mixtures. Others prefer wooden spoons, but honestly, I think it just goes with whatever you want it to go with.
Yeah, this is a prettiest one. Because you're not going to have residue or anything. It's just going to be almost look like the actual Crisco itself with a different tint. There's no residue over there because we strained it similar, like drinking. You're not getting coffee grains out of your coffee because you're using a coffee filter. And how would they apply it, or what would they do? I know the purpose is, but
for the Sagittarius, mine was for luck. Anything that I wanted to do with astrology. Or anything that's related to my sign, fire, passion, what have you. I actually recently found out that by applying a little bit to my wrists just before bed helps me sleep better.
okay.
And, let's see. You do end up with a tidbit of residue at the bottom.
Just like, yep. Bottom of the coffee cup. Got it.
But it's not a lot.
Okay.
These are good for years. This one's about 2 or 3 years old, actually.
Okay. We want to go ahead and pour a mixture?
Not yet. It hasn't set long enough
Okay.
in there.
What's the average temperature? I know you got it on a low setting. It'll cook.
Well, I started it out with a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved it to 3 just before I put it in. And then I put it to 2 when everything was melted and the herbs got put in.
Because you don't want it on a high heat because it might...
It may bubble back on you and cause you to get burned.
That. Exactly.
See, some of them are starting to turn brown now.
Okay.
You won't find that in everything that you do, but some of your herbs will turn brown when you're doing something like this because of the heat. It's extracting everything out of it.
Got it.
Pardon me. And here's my monster.
We'll have to cut that out for advertisement purposes. No, just kidding.
Let's see. That's actually not gonna work.
Yeah, some do it like the other fashion, like a mason jar, put a rubber band around an item or something like that. So we might,
the bowl isn't exactly gonna work.
We're gonna need to get a different type of bowl then, something that fits better.
What we can do, I think we have a specific set of measuring cups for this. As my tea falls out of my shelf.
She's getting teabagged by herself, people. Something like that. That's what I heard.
You're mean, baby.
All right, sorry.
Dum.
Or what we're doing right now is we're filtering it through, or within the container itself. You suggest using the container and letting it filter through there if you can. Why not?
Well, if you do something similar to that and you put it straight in there, you'll have the herb mix in there with it.
Oh, you'll have more of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to try to keep the herbs from getting mixed in with it.
Okay.
Because the more herbs you have in there, the liable, well, that might not be exactly the correct word, but the more you're liable to actually have mold issues happen.
Oh, okay.
Because there's other substances inside with it.
Got it. All right.
And there's one thing that I need to get that I actually forgot that I put inside this one. It's a stabilizer. You put a drop of benzoin tincture inside to stabilize it and to keep it lasting longer.
Okay. We're just going all over the house, people. She's looking for a stabilizer. I gave her 10 seconds on the clock. She's got all these herbs and spices and everything nices, and little girls in the corner. No, they're not there no more. Okay.
I hope we don't have little girls in the corner.
What the hell? No, we lost her. There she is. Okay.
And a tincture, or tincture as some people call it, is made with vodka or a strong alcohol base.
Okay. So what is this? Is a benzoyl, correct?
Yes, this is benzoin. Tincture of benzoin.
Okay. Hold on. Good enough. And that goes into the mixture. Cool. What do you say about a half a teaspoon?
I'll actually tell you just how much I put in here in just a minute. I put in 0.50 milliliters.
Okay, tracking. Got it. You got about 4 minutes for your 20-minute clip bubble.
And now you turn it off. Because it's starting to bubble.
Gotcha.
And you pour.
And now you really know when you buy something how the herbs really got in there. From your average kitchen witch or your factories and workplaces.
And occasionally you will run into an accident like this where it overspills off to the side.
Which isn't too bad. It wasn't too much. So once this it seeks out to the bottom, right? You can see how much has already went through the bottom already. Right there. And now you suggest once it's in this portion, that in their container, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll go ahead and pour it in your container. Okay. And then wait 24 to 48 hours. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And overall, your final product will be similar to Crisco. A little tin of Crisco. And there's many ways to do this.
There's quite a few ways.
So what's your next thing? You're gonna make oil?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, tell your little witches something so I can post this on the video.
I don't know what to say. Have a blessed day.
There you go.